Divisibility tests. Students often don't do well with this section. They tend to forget the rules or get confused between rules. So it's really important that you study this section thoroughly. It can be handy to know tricks to help us know if a number is divisible before even trying. There are several divisibility rules. Now the first one's very straightforward for 2. We know that all multiples of 2 are even. So what we really need to do is establish the number we're looking at is even. And all you need to do for that is to look at the last digit of the number. If that last digit in the ones or units column is 0, or an even number such as 2, 4, 6 and 8, then the number itself is even and therefore will divide by 2. The rule for 3 is more complex. It requires you to add up the digits in the number that you have and then see if that sum is divisible by 3. So the number is then divisible by 3. So for example, if you had 24, you could do 2 plus 4 is 6. You know that 6 is divisible by 3 and therefore 24 is. Now if you have some huge number, and let's just do one that I know is going to work, then you can add the digits up of that, which would be 6 and 6 and 6, which is 18. If you don't know that 18 is divisible by 3, you can repeat the process and do 1 plus 8 is 9. I shouldn't put an equals there because, of course, those things are not equal. And if we add those, we get 9. 9 is divisible by 3, and therefore the original number is divisible by 3. So you can repeat the process on that one. Now I'm going to skip down to 9 because it's the same sort of test. Sum of the digits, but this time the sum needs to be divisible by 9. So 2 plus 4 being 6 tells us that this one is not divisible by 9. It is divisible by 3, but not by 9. Whereas if we had 27, 2 plus 7 is 9, and 9 is divisible by 9, so 27 is divisible by 9. So 3 and 9 are very similar tests. For 4, what you need to do is look at the last 2 digits of a number. Doesn't matter how big the number is. So if we look down at this big number down here, it finished with a 24. 24 is divisible by 4, and so that number is divisible by 4. So it's a similar sort of test to that for 2, but you need to look at the last 2 digits. 5 is easy. The last digit of a number is either a 5 or a 0. Just think about the 5 times table, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and so on. They're all either ending in a 5 or in a 0. 10 is a similar type of test, but the last digit needs to be 0. We've got one more that we've listed here, which is 6. If the number is divisible by both 2 and 3, then it is divisible by 6. And this works for certain other numbers as well. And we'll look at that in some of the examples to follow. But for now, just think about 6. You need to show it's divisible by 2 and by 3.